Alright, so continuing on with the color series, the restrictions for this challenge are Super Monkey Fan Club, Super Maelstrom, all tier 5 ices are allowed. Sub Commander, yes, I am going to include it because I don't feel like it would fit into white towers only. Bez, I'm also going to include as it wouldn't fit into gray. Arcane Spike, base Super Monkey is all blue. Total Transformation, Ball Lightning, Long Life Spikes, Bloon Trap, ignore XXL, I don't think it counts as blue. And finally we have Megalodon. And of course our hero is Zeely, and I wonder if I can start with her. I think I'll put her, I think here is a decent spot. Cover on strong. It was either Zeely or Oceanobin, and I feel like Zeely is definitely the better choice in that regard between the two. It seems that she can easily solo round sticks. Now for kind of strategies, I'm not really too sure kind of looking at it. Definitely Bez is the move here. The only issue with Bez is DDTs. If we're gonna go for Bez, we kind of have to go for Embrittlement as well. But I think, you know, Bads could be pretty decent mid-game. The only issue with Bads would be saving up for it. But I think that should be pretty easy since we do have Sub enabled. I would go Sub Commander, but since we don't have Village enabled, there's no lead popping, so I don't think Sub Commander would be all that good here. And Middle Path Sub Commander just is not the move here. If Bez doesn't end up working, another option that's a bit unconventional would literally just be spamming down like 202 supers, 220 supers, and then just put a bunch of embrittlements around the map so that way everything gets like not deleaded, decamoed, and just cope and pray that's enough to beat DTs. But DT shouldn't be too much of an issue as Zeely does eventually decamo DTs later on. I don't know if she gets that level by the time. I'm assuming she does. I don't really use Zeely too often, even though she is a pretty good hero. Now, first things first, I think this is going to be a triple guns into Bads kind of game. What can carry me to Bez, I think, might be S-Mail. I think S-Mail plus Brittle could be a decent combo, as well as decent support for late game, but the only issue is I'd want to put S-Mail maybe like here-ish, you know, somewhere kind of up front in the track, not like back here. And so that would be good for damaging mobs late game, but that wouldn't be too good for ceramics for late game. Now the issue is where I even want to place Bez, maybe here-ish? I think here is fine since Bez is able to reach here and here for ceramic knockback, as well as damage up front for just general damage overall. Now cross pathing will be 025. Even though top path did get buff, I do need the camo here. I'm not 100% sure if Zeely plus embrittlement is going to be enough to decamo everything. I think it might, but just to make 100% sure that I'm safe against camo balloons, especially DTs on 90 and 95 especially, I want to make sure that I have consistent camo. Alright, the mob should be pretty easy here. Triple guns and Darling should be able to clean up pretty nicely. Hopefully I'm not mistaken. Alright, that was a bit close, but I think that's fine. We should be able to afford Bads maybe before 50, before the next mob show up. The only difficult round I can think of would probably be 49. 49 does have some ceramics there, but we should be able to afford it pretty soon. And it is unfortunate that Buckshot is kind of a downgrade from 022. But the knockback from Bloon should be decent utility until then. Hopefully Zeely can get all these leads here. Perfect. And then with that, Bads has been afforded. This should solo all the way up until, I don't know, hopefully 80. Maybe not 63, but just help out against that round. I will be getting an ice. Where I want it is not really 100% sure. I think here is a good spot. I definitely am going to need multiple, so maybe I can have 3. Have one here, here. And definitely have one in this bend. That's a spot that's like begging to have an ice place there. So I think I'll place one here. This will be my first Embrit. Do I want to commit to Super Brittle is a question that I'm not too sure if I want to answer. I'll hold on to the money and see if it's there to afford Bez and Super Brittle. I don't think it is, but it might. If I can get both of these tier 5s by around 100, that would basically guarantee I beat the bad. But I might need to save money for like kind of general support. I might need like knockback supers or ball lightnings to blow back rams or slow mobs down. And Bats is still being in a pretty good mid-game carry, even after having some reworks, nerfs, and all that to it. Still is a pretty good tower overall. I'm surprised I don't really see it used as much as I do anymore. It seems that Deep Breath and Summon Phoenix have taken up the role of kind of mid-game carry. Which I guess makes sense since Deep Breath and Summon Phoenix do, I feel like, just as decent of a job, but a lot cheaper too. But Deep Breath and Summon Phoenix is a lot more micro-intensive than like Bads is. This is kind of a, you put it on target independent and you just let it go to town. Round 60 should be fairly easy. Yeah, we shred the BFB. I'm not going to crossfire that because I don't know if I want faster attack speed or if I want longer range. I think I'm kind of leaning towards longer range, but I don't know. Actually, I think I'll just get longer range. As I think that might be useful for round 63, which is coming up next round. Being able to freeze Cerams a bit earlier might be nice, if it actually froze Cerams. There's like a whole chunk that just went past, but it should be fine. Alright, that froze a good chunk of the wave. And then Ice Shard should be helping out immensely this round. Wave 3 is the largest, but we're fine. Round 63 honestly isn't really as hard as it was when I first started playing the game, I'll tell you that much. I could afford Brittle right now, but I don't think it's a good idea to buy it now, as I think Bez would be a better power spike than buying Brittle. But I mean, who knows? I think adding Brittle would deal more damage than having a Bez. But I think Bez has faster attack speed since it has 6 barrels instead of 4. And something I just realized, since all tier 5 ices are allowed, if I truly can't beat DDTs no matter what I do, Icicle Impale could be my saving grace here. As Ice Impale does do pretty good against DDTs, the only issue is it's not too good against rounds like 98. High density rounds like 96, 98, Ice Impale kind of struggles against because it doesn't really have too much pierce. So it's not going to be too helpful for those rounds, but I think that's what Bez is for. 75 is actually starting to push on us a little bit. I might need to use Hex, but ideally I don't think I will. 76 shouldn't be too difficult, so if I need to use Hex this round, that's fine, which I think I will. Just to reduce RBE a little. Alright, perfect. Alright, 76 should be incredibly easy. Please no Rego farm. I think it's Rego farming. I do have Azili's ability. I completely forgot that was an option. But using Heartstopper should easily be able to clean us up, yeah. Perfect. An incredibly useful ability in battles too, but unfortunately BTD6, not really. The only really dense Rego round that's scary is 76. And that's really about it. This seems like a Hex round, which I will use. Alright there. 77 is also pretty scary. 78, how are we against that? Heartstopper can't really help out too much against this round. It seems like we're kind of struggling here. Yeah, I think we need multiple shards at this point. Definitely does seem we need more shards, which I am fine with. So let me get a shards here. Not going to get Brittle just yet, as I don't think it's needed. But 2 shards should be enough here. If not, then I'll just add a 3rd one. And if that's not enough, 4th one. And it seems that even then, still not doing too good. So let me get yet another ice shards. And I'll buy deep freeze, because why not? Now, how does 3 ice shards do here? That should definitely be enough. Let me switch you back to normal. And then, alright. Hopefully we're fine for the camo wave. If not, then I'll have to think of something else, because I don't know if I want to go for 4 ice shards, like I said I was going to do earlier. And so feels definitely does feel like a waste of money a bit. Alright. Camo Wave was surprisingly easier than the non-Camo Wave. 79 should be easy. I don't think this should be a really bad Rico farm here. And it seems like we're going to go into 80, I think just a bit short of Bez. I don't know if you actually, if I can actually get enough to afford Bez by 80, but if we can't, I think it's fine. Heck should make quick work of the ZOMG. I'll use it now. Hopefully my timing's not wrong. No, it was perfect actually. I think 81 should be a lot easier than previous rounds, as I think Super Ceramics should be a lot easier to deal with than normal ceramics, since we won't be wasting Pierce on the insides. And Bez is coming pretty soon. Alright, there it is now. Alright. So that should get us pretty far. It's not a GG just yet. Let me get some embrittles here. I think we'll get these two to embrittlement just for decamo. And then I'll get this guy to super brittle if the money is there. But if it's not, I just have to invest into support like Snowstorm, maybe Absolute Zero. Or maybe just more bads might be the solution. But then I can now understand why Ninja Kiwi doesn't want to give Bez lead popping, as I feel like it would definitely be a bit too strong if it did, as I feel like at this point Bez is kind of a win condition at this point. The only problem with it is Bez is expensive, but I mean, I feel like Bads is such a good mid-game tower that I feel like affording Bez isn't really that bad. I guess it really does depend on the map. I can't really see you affording Bez on something like Ouch, but I think on a lot of harder maps you could definitely afford this tower. Alright, let's see how we are against DDTs if we catch them all. Hopefully this is at least a level that, yep, I think it's fine. So that's pretty easy. It seems that we did get all DDTs. The real challenge will come with 95, as it's just a constant stream of DDTs that run. It seems like we are able to afford S-Brit, so I will just straight up get it. 94 should be a pretty simple round. I don't think that CMG should get Pierce Cap the Bez, no. Here's the round I was kind of worried about. We have like, what, like 15,000 heading into this round, so if we aren't good for it, I do have options. But first things first, I'm gonna Hex as soon as DTs get in, so I'll use it now. And that should help. Some DTs are making it far, but it seems the vast majority aren't. Hex wore off, I think it's fine, as long as we just decamo everything. Perfect. Alright, 98 shouldn't be a problem round, but I guess if not, I'll put this on normal, just in case. I feel like with Esprit and the +5 damage from it, it should be pretty trivial, or +4 actually. Let me use Hex here, as we are starting to get Pierce Capped a little. And the Moabs are kind of in the way. Alright, so it seems like we got rid of all ZOMGs, which is perfect, and it's just Moabs now. Alright, that's pretty easy. 99 hopefully is trivial. We do have 40,000 just in case. But fortified DT shouldn't be too much of an issue here. Or maybe they are, because FDTs got pretty far. Alright, and then around 100 should be pretty easy. And then I'll just Hex this at the end. Actually, I can't Hex because that only works for level 20. Cool, so that was that. I forgot I set the round to 101, but this should be 101 pretty easily. So yeah, that was that. Using blue towers only. Now that I kind of look at it, I feel like Super Build might be too purple. Might have too much purple and white and not enough blue. But I'll still count it. Bez doing most of the heavy lifting there. So yeah, that was a pretty fun challenge.